All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Howell Farms. Today, I'm going to show you how to grease your zero-turn mower. All right, first thing, let's go over the tools we're going to need. A good pair of rubber gloves, a grease gun. Now, this is a grease gun without a hose on it. I would recommend if you're going to buy one with a flexible hose. I will link a couple down below that are really good. Lock and Lube probably makes the best one. I don't have one. They're a little pricey, but if you're going to do this for a living, highly recommend it. I'm probably going to buy one myself. But this is a grease gun, and it has grease in it. Not much, as you can see, the handle's almost all the way down. And a good rag to clean it up. Now, what we're going to do is go around this mower. We're going to find the Zerk fittings, which I'll show you what one is right here. Sorry for the shadow. There is a Zerk fitting right here. Now, this is the top of the spindle. This is a pulley that holds the blade and is belt driven on top. So what we're going to do is put our gloves on in a second, and we're going to grease this Zerk fitting. Now, this mower has 3 blades, one here, one in the middle, and one on the other side. So we're going to grease them. Let's get to it. So first thing, let's get our gloves on. Now, these are, I think, Sensation Touch or some type of gloves. I like these gloves because they got a high cuff on them, or sleeve. I don't know what exactly you call that, but they work better to me than regular gloves, because like if you have your hands down in something, you're not rubbing it on your wrist, you're getting it on the glove. So get you a good set of gloves and a grease gun. We're going to push it down on the Zerk fitting. As you can see, it's mushrooming out, and we're going to give it 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do 5 pumps, 4, 5, and snatch the grease gun back off. Now, what I like to do, just give it a good little wipe, clean it off. I got some up here, clean that off, and on to the next one. Now, this one is going to be in the middle of the mower. So what we got to do for this one is, this is a TORO Z Master. All it requires you to do is pick this up out of the way. Now, I know my dad's John Deere, you have to bolt this, you have to unbolt this panel and take it off. But with this TORO, since it's a commercial grade, now it's a 1998 model, but since it's commercial grade, it flips up. So the same thing we're going to do with this one. We're going to put the grease gun down on it. Make sure it gives you like a little click. There, it clicked in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take it off. Now, you see why I said bring a rag, clean it up. Then we're going to repeat it again on this side over here. All right. Now, same thing with this spindle over here on this other side. Get the grease gun to click down on it. Well, I didn't click. Yeah, I did. 1, 2. Dang. As you can see right there, the grease gun didn't actually click down on it. So what I'm going to do is tighten this tip up. All right, you see right here, there's a tip on here that you can unscrew to loosen it up. Sometimes what I have to do with this grease gun is get it on it. You'll hear it kind of click, and then tighten it up once you have it down on there. Kind of give it some pressure. It finally took. There we go. Now, I know that looks ridiculous. We made a giant mess, but sometimes it takes finagling. Let me clean this off. Let you look a little closer. This is why I recommend you buy a good grease gun and not a cheap one. Because the cheap one like this sometimes doesn't let the grease go in. Let me grab this camera and get as close as I can. As you can see right here, there's a little ball right here. Well, in order for this to take grease, it's got to push that ball down. So you have to have enough pressure on the top of it for the grease to go into it. So sometimes, like that last one we just did right here, it won't take the grease. It will actually just push the grease out everywhere around it. That's because there wasn't enough lock on here for it to build up enough pressure to push down that ball valve and let all the grease in. Now, the only other spot on this mower, which not all mowers are like this one. Like I said, this is a 1998 TORO Z Master. A lot of newer models, right here, there's a little screw. The newer ones will have the Zerk fitting. I'm probably going to swap these out to a Zerk fitting so I can grease these, because this is your front swivel tire that most of them need to grease because they'll wear the bearings out of them if they're not greased. You got this one, the other one that you need to grease on most newer models. And then the only other point on this mower that I've seen is down up under here. Get my glasses out of the way so I can see. There is a fitting right there, you can see it. Fitting right here. Now, this is for my hydraulic pump belt tensioner, because it is a bearing in here. So you put the grease in there and it pumps up into the bearing housing. Now, that's all I have on this mower. Now, if you have a non-commercial grade, there's a couple other pulleys that you can grease. But the main thing to do is just go around, look for these Zerk fittings, and once you find the Zerk fitting, put your grease gun on it and pump it full of grease. Well, there you have it, guys. There's nothing really that complicated to it. Biggest thing is get you a good pair of gloves so you don't get grease all over your hands. Get you a grease gun because you're going to need it. Now, like I said before, I recommend one with a hose on it that's flexible versus this. If you really want a nice one, Lock and Lube is the best on the market in my opinion. I've used them at other places. I don't currently have one, but I'm gonna buy one because I got this now to lube. I got my tractor, which I'll do a video on my tractor of lubing it. And I got some other things to do lube. And always carry a rag. As you can tell, sometimes the grease blows out and you wanna wipe it up. You don't want it all over your lawnmower still and cut grass and blow everywhere, blow onto your belt. So it's pretty simple, guys. If you have any questions, comment down below. If you need a grease gun or recommendation on some nice rubber gloves, look at the links down below. I'll link it all to you there. But that's my TORO Z Master, a 1998 model. Amazingly enough, it only has 710 hours. We're gonna be doing some other videos with this year, but there you guys have it. That's how you lube a zero-turn mower. Well, until next time, see you on the farm.